Welcome to the video. Today we are playing Pokemon VGC Reg G ranked battles on the ladder, and this is a team that I created and I've been having some fun with, and I wanted to share it with all of you. This is actually my first video, so go drop a like, drop a sub if you enjoy this at the end of it. So this is actually a max speed, max attack Incineroar, which is very different than the traditional kind of knockoff parting shot Will-O-Wisp Incineroars you're used to seeing on the ladder, so it catches a lot of people by surprise, and it's definitely the star of the show on this team. We're giving it the big nugget item with the move Fling, which, if you're not aware of, actually does 130 base power, and then when you boost that further with Sword of Ruin from Chien-Pao, it can one-hit KO a lot of things, including a lot of Psychic types that love to set Trick Room. We've also got an E-Speed Dragonite, which is pretty similar with the Chien-Pao, and we are running Miraidon just because it's a very powerful legendary, and we need some electric fire power to help deal with water types. We have Ursaluna and Amoonguss, mainly if you think they're going to set Trick Room, or if they're spamming electric types with opposing Miraidon and then an Iron Hands or something, you can bring the Ursaluna. But I really like to lead the core 4 and just kind of priority spam and catch people off guard with the Incineroar, and it's been a lot of fun. So that's it for this team intro, and we'll hop into some games. Alright, and we're going to hop into our first matchup here, and it looks like we're facing a Snow team. Be good for Chien-Pao, not good for Miraidon. Definitely not good for Amoonguss. I lead. Lead with priority spam with Incineroar and Dragonite, and then bring Miraidon in the back. Interesting team here. They could Tailwind, or they could just try and set up screens. And they could try and set up with Quiver Dance. But I'm predicting a Ninetales in Kyurem White lead, just based on the way Ice is good into my team for the most part. Okay, and they go with Volcarona and Ogerpon. Can probably just fake out the Volcarona. And Icicle, I mean, they will probably one-hit KO my Incineroar. But even if I tear, I'm still weak to rock, so. I can't one-hit KO it. I could make it flinch, but alright, I'm expecting a Spiky Shield either way. Probably just, that hurts because that breaks our Sash, but probably. Okay, no Protect for Volcarona. But they do have Rocky Helmet. Pretty neutral turn 1, not the best for us. But they should be sitting on -1 attack for Ogerpon. I think I'm gonna swap out for Miraidon. I'm not ready to give up the Incineroar yet. And I'm probably gonna Icicle Crash the Ogerpon. It'll have the sturdy ability, so I can't one-hit KO it, but I can bring it down to 1 HP and potentially get a flinch out of it, because I should be faster than it. Okay, we connect on the Icicle Crash. Let's see if we can get a flinch. We did get a flinch. That's quite fortunate for us. And they are going to Bug Buzz our Chien-Pao. Okay, good turn all around. And I think we'll just bring back in the Incineroar and get that Ogerpon down to -2. I'm thinking they'll probably swap out our Spiky Shield because they're going to be expecting Fake Out. Don't mind Electro drifting the Volt. I want to save my Terra, and we will Fake Out the Ogerpon. Just no point in making a hard read when we're up. And look, they didn't switch out. They just let it go. So had we tried to hard read that, we could have been in a lot of trouble there. And this should be a KO onto the Volcarona slot. And it is. So we're in good shape here in game one. We did get a little bit fortunate in that first turn with the Icicle Crash flinching the Ogerpon, but we take those. Oh, and they do have ice in the back. Okay, well, I'm glad I still have my Terra because I'm going to need to Terra the Miraidon. The Incineroar should be fine to ice. And we are locked in to Volt Switch, unfortunately. So, oh, sorry, not Volt Switch, Electro Drift. Electro Drift and Ninetales. And honestly, this is a good time to fling and get rid of our Gold Nugget. You don't get any points for keeping it in the bank, so this thing should do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, we don't have Qian Pao out on the field to boost the damage, but even so, 130 stab base attack with max attack, attacking nature Incineroar should be doing a lot of damage, and they're definitely not going to be expecting it. Oh, that's interesting. So they're going to try and take out our Incineroar here with fake tears onto it. And their Ninetales barely lives. Is it sashed? It is sashed. And they go for Blizzard. Wow. And they do pick up the KO Incineroar. That's a bit unfortunate there. And I think we lose the game. Oh no, we have Dragonite in the back. What am I saying? So Dragonite is 4 times weak to ice, which means that it can only endure 1 hit. But I guess we're not going to outspeed anything. So yeah, I think we lose the game here. We're going to E-speed into Ninetales, and they're actually going to Terra as well, because might as well. But yeah, we'll E-speed into Ninetales, Ninetales will fall, and then we will get off 1 attack onto this Kyurem White, and I'm pretty sure in the snow we are not going to have the juice to get this done. But we will see. We are an electric train with Terra, with choice specs, so fingers crossed. Here we go. This has to KO or we lose. And it does. And it does. Wow. Okay. There we are. 1-0 on the video. That Blizzard was going to do massive amounts of damage to Dragonite. We don't have multi-scale. We do have inner focus on it, so we would not have lived that. Alright, and we just got our second match of the day. And we're dealing with a Sun team with Koraidon. Probably, well, they have Tailwind and Trick Room, which is interesting. And they also have a very threatening opening with Chiyu and Fluttermane. E-Speed's not going to be too good, and it goes to Flutter. But Fluttermane doesn't do a lot to Incineroar. Probably want to lead Incineroar. And Qian Pao is sashed, so we will take at least 2 hits. And then in the back, we'll obviously bring Miraidon. We could bring Ursaluna. It's not a bad idea here. We are weak to fighting. Or we could bring Dragonite, E-Speed. could be okay. If they Terra Fairy their... Yeah, I am going to bring Ursaluna. If they Terra Fairy their Raging Bolt, Iron Head on the Dragonite would be nice to have, but I think we are going to bring Ursaluna. And they are going to lead a Sun opening. Okay. And do they have a clear amulet? We will see. I assume they do, which means we can fake out. Because they're probably Fire Terra. And Chi-Yu could Terra Ghost right off the get-go. Oh, they're not clear amulet. So they could be Covert Cloak, which is scary. But, okay. I mean, we could Terra Bug and resist. Well, then we're weak to fire, but we would resist the fighting. I mean, we can fake out. It's tough. We can fake them out and force a Terra. And if they do Terra, Sucker Punch is one option. Let's see if we can force a Terra out of them. So we are going to double up into this. Okay, they protect their Koraidon. And we're doubling up into Chi-Yu here. And they do not... Is this Covert Cloak? Okay, it's not Covert Cloak. I was right about a Ghost Terra there. See, the thing is, Koraidon can one-hit KO the Incineroar, and it would one-hit KO the Chien-Pao. But I think we'll just... We could Terra our Incineroar and get off the field against the Koraidon and resist the fighting, and then we can... Are we faster than Chi-Yu? Sucker Punch should pick up the kill. Okay. Hopefully this picks up the kill. Oh, and they withdraw, so we don't get any damage on there. I'm hoping the Koraidon is targeting on the Incineroar spot, and we're actually going to utilize this Terra Bug here and U-turn and get safely off the field and hopefully do meaningful damage to it just because we have Swords of Ruin up and we are now Terra Bug. So that's the kind of the strategy in a nutshell. If we would also use Fling at some point, hopefully, to fully utilize the unique set. But yeah, Sucker Punch is not going to do anything. We'll see who he targets. There's the fighting move into Incineroar. It's not going to be very effective because the Terra Bug. Beautiful. He took that very well. And we are going to get out of here. And it was -1. I forgot it wasn't clear amuleted. So we can drop it again, potentially in the future. Gonna bring out the Miraidon here. At -1, I don't know if a Draco Meteor would KO from Koraidon. Or not, sorry, not a Draco Meteor. They would have physical dragon move. Why don't we go for a Volt Switch into Tornadus and an Icicle Crash onto Koraidon. They're probably going to Terra here. Yep. There's the Terra. I assume it's on Koraidon. And it is. Probably fire. Yeah, there it is. So our Icicle Crash is not doing much. I don't think we'll outspeed. But if we do, hopefully we can get a flinch out of them. Oh, and we definitely don't. They're just setting up Tailwind. So I'm hoping they're targeting this Chien-Pao, but they're probably not. Oh, they are targeting the Chien-Pao. That's very interesting. With Scale Shot, they may have been able to pick up a KO on Miraidon, but they also probably want to boost their speed here. But Tornadus is going to fall, unless it's sashed, but I highly doubt it. Tornadus will fall to this Volt Switch, and then we can get Incineroar back on the field and Intimidate to get another attack drop on the Koraidon because it is not clear amuleted. So good turn all around. We're happy with that. And we'll also now have the double physical attackers out there, which we love. And we'll see what they're bringing in the back here. Taking a while to think about it. We are prepared for a Raging Bolt if that's what they're bringing. With Ursaluna in the back, and it's Chiyu. Okay. So we already know we can fake out Chiyu. I'm afraid, because we don't know what this Koraidon has. The safe play is faking out here, because we know can't do anything. Let's just go for a Sucker Punch here. Okay, so they withdraw. The fake out is kind of meaningless. If the Sucker Punch does not pick up a KO, they can knock out the Incineroar with a... They can honestly, yeah, knock out the Incineroar with a Fire move or the Shed Pal. And they bring Flutter in the back. And we do pick up the KO with Sucker Punch. So that's nice. Another good turn. We don't have a good answer to fair. I mean, we can Sucker Punch this Flutter main. And here comes the Chiyu back out. I'm more worried about... Actually, I mean, they're both pretty threatening. The Fling will take out Flutter main if the Incineroar lives. So I don't know if it dies to just Flutter main. I'm going to double into Flutter main. We'll see if it pays off. And it lives the Sucker Punch. And the Heat Wave will take us both out. Oh, we avoid the attack. Well, we'll take out the Incineroar, so the Fling does not get off, unfortunately. And then the Flutter main will... So it must be Choice Scarf, the Chiyu, is my guess. And that will go down. So we actually probably lose here, because we only have Ursaluna in the back. So that's a little bit unfortunate. We probably could have won this game if we played our cards right. Oh, we also have Miraidon, which is also weak to Fairy. So we don't have a Terra left, unfortunately, but they will be doing spread damage, so hopefully the Miraidon can live one hit. It's not going to outspeed anything, because we know the Chiyu's Choice Scarf. They're both so weak that Parabolic Charge is fine. It won't hit my Ursaluna. And Hyper Voice will hit them both too. So we just need one of our Pokemon to live these attacks. And they actually protect, so that means that Chiyu's not going to take these guys out themselves. Very interesting that they protected there. I thought they were going to double attack, because they both could have gotten attacks off before us. So there goes the Chiyu. And it will just be this Flutter main left on very little HP. We're going to get a little bit back from the Chiyu. I'm expecting that the Miraidon might fall to this just because it's weak to Fairy, but the Ursaluna, there actually is a decent amount of special defense bulk in this Ursaluna. So I'm hoping we can live the one hit and pick up the KO here. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we go for at this point. Go for Blood Mood, because why not? And they cancel it. Okay. 2-0 on the video. We'll play one more match and then probably call it a day here. All right, we're going to get into our third and final match against number 2685. So pretty high ranked here. Looks like a screen team, a lot of fake out and poison with the Eternatus. and then some really slow mons that they probably brought for Trick Room. I'm assuming they're going to bring the top 4. The bottom 2 look like they're there for Trick Room. So we should the Incineroar should outspeed the Iron Hands and their Incineroar. So I'm probably going to lead that. And they're going to be leading physical attackers as well. Classic lead. Alright, let's bring... Ooh. Yeah. Ursulin's going to be weak to fighting. Doesn't really help us with the Iron Hands. Let's bring the big 4. This is the core 4 I like to bring if there's no Trick Room involved. So let's see if we can get the dub and go undefeated on the video. Okay, and they are going to lead screens. Could be a covert cloak. We'll see. Oh, and they have pressure, so hopefully I'm PP trained all the way. Shouldn't be a huge issue. I'm worried that they're covert cloaked. And I'm not super threatened by poison with Incineroar. I think I'm going to go for the fling. Let's see if we can get the fling. Why don't we double up? Let's double up. And they withdraw it. Well, whatever's coming in is about to catch a gold nugget to the face. And it will be an Iron Hands and the Icicle Crash. Okay. And the Reflect is coming up to rain on my parade, as expected. Not too much from the Icicle Crash, and let's see how much this big nugget can do. Under Reflect, nothing. And they now have Fake Out, but I don't know, like, Fake Out and do what is the thing. So if they don't go Fake Out, they go for a Drain Punch. We can get off the field before they can hit with a U-turn. And then we could also just protect the Iron Hands and potentially give them another screen with Grimmsnarl. Let's do that. We'll see if they go for the light screen next or if they try and T-Wave one of our Pokemon. But actually they can't because they're both dark types. So they go for the light screen. We're going to U-turn off of their Iron Hands just to get out of there. I am assuming whatever comes in is taking a Drain Punch, but hopefully they targeted down the Chien-Pao spot to bring it down to its Sash. We'll bring in the Dragonite and get some E-Speed going because they already have the light screen up as well, and I don't want to give the Iron Hands the Electric Train, and it is the Dragonite. It actually did a bit of damage for being not very effective. But that's alright. And we also could go for the Iron Head on the Grimmsnarl. But I really want to get rid of this Iron Hands. Can we double into it and get rid of it? Probably not. Okay, I'm going to go for Iron Head onto Grimmsnarl. And I am going to probably Ghost Terra. Icicle Crash, the Iron Hands. Maybe we can get a flinch out. I mean, we don't really need a flinch. It's probably Drain Punching my Chien-Pao, so Ghost Terraing will protect us from that, but doing a flinch won't accomplish much, assuming they're Drain Punching it. Does a decent bit. Let's see how much this does. Okay, it's almost enough for the KO. Ah, and they go for Spirit Break. Interesting. You can lower my special attack all you want, and they flinch. But I assume it was a Drain Punch. Maybe it wasn't Dragonite, so the flinch could have been helpful. Unfortunately, we are locked into this Iron Head move. I want to bring the Incineroar back, but it could just get Drain Punched. But I want to reset the move on the Dragonite. And let's just get this Grimmsnarl out of here. We need to be faster than it, because if it has foul play on it as the 4th move, it will KO the Chien-Pao. So worst case scenario, Iron Hands is Drain Punching. Oh, yeah, actually withdraw it. So something's taking a Sacred Sword, and it's going to do nothing with Amoonguss, unfortunately. Yeah, it's going to do nothing at all under Reflect. And they use Ice Punch into the Incineroar. Very interesting. Oh, because 4 times weakness. It makes sense, but we luckily swapped out to the Incineroar. And we can fake out, but we're going to be faster than everything here, so I don't really want to fake out. We could just fling. No, did we already fling? We already flung, didn't we? Yeah, we already flung. We can U-turn again with the Iron Hands. Nah, let's just Flare Bitch the Amoonguss. They might Water Terra, especially with Ice. Pretty much they have to Terra this Amoonguss. Alright, let's get back off the field with the Iron Hands again, and then put the Dragonite back out and force them to Terra or withdraw the Amoonguss. Okay, so they go for the withdraw, and it's Grimmsnarl. This should pick up the KO on Grimmsnarl, and then we should get off the field before they can Drain Punch our Incineroar and put back in the Dragonite, which will resist it, and now they're -1 because we got the Intimidate off, so we're in a decent spot here. That's why max speed Incineroar is actually just like so good. You just get off the field before anything that you're weak to hits you. We'll go back into the Dragonite to take this Drain Punch. And we've now reset our... Oh, they use Wild Charge on the Chien-Pao. Okay, that's fine. And we now have reset our choice band, so we can go for E-Speed here if we want to. But we should outspeed. I mean, we'll at least outspeed the Iron Hands. We'll see what comes in. Yeah. I actually don't know off the top of my head how fast Eternatus is. It's Poison and what, Dark? It is, yeah, Poison and Dragon. 1 more turn of Light Screen, 3 more of Reflect. We don't want to use Outrage. Let us... I'm just afraid of what... I mean, Dragon, it could one-hit KO us. So, why don't we go into Iron Hands there, and Icicle Crash there. We could get a Terra. Let's see. Pick up the KO. Okay, good. We get Iron Hands. That's all I want to do. That thing was annoying. And now we can bring in our Miraidon. And we're actually faster. Okay. This should do a lot, and potentially a flinch. Oh, and it just takes it out. I don't know why they didn't Terra there. I mean, they had a Terra to give. Maybe they thought they were faster. I'll have to check how fast Eternatus' base speed is. But we are max speed Chien-Pao with a speed nature, and this is just should be game over. And there it is. Okay, 3-0 in the first video. Good results. Got to showcase the team a little bit. Unfortunately, we didn't get a huge fling in, which would have been cool. But this is actually my first video, so if you like the team, I'll put the rental code in the description. You can have some fun with it. And please do let me know what you want to see me improve on, because obviously, being the first video, I know some of it is a little bit clunky with the commentary, with the format of the stream. So I'll do my best to keep improving as I put out more videos, but hopefully you guys like this. You get to try a fun team, and leave a comment and a sub, hopefully, if you want to see more.